Hello everyone, it's Dean here from Our Gaming, and as per usual we're going to be jumping into a ranked Theros draft best of one. We've been playing some standard alongside this, but I think we do want to try and push both equally. I do really enjoy the drafts, and I know the videos that you guys like, especially from looking at the comments which you've been sending me. Okay, so straight away jumping into the pack. The Enigmatic Incarnation is it's a very interesting card in that if you can get this sort of green-blue enchantment deck working, it'll it's extremely powerful. But if you can't, it essentially you don't have that recursion. It's just kind of a dead weight card. I'm always happy to try cards like this, especially in packs whereby there's not too much going on. I mean, there is an Omen of the Stars, which is a relatively nice permanent. It gets rid of a card, puts it out of the way. You don't have to kind of deal with it anymore. Acolyte of Affliction is really powerful in terms of getting that recursion. But having said that, I think here I'm going to take the Enigmatic Incarnation, pop it into the sideboard, and see whether or not the packs dictate us playing it. Okay, so if we were thinking about some sort of enchantment type deck, so let's just read the cards. So at the beginning of your end step, sacrifice another enchantment, and if you do, search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the sacrifice enchantment's converted mana cost, put it onto the battlefield. So the fact that it comes straight onto the battlefield is key for us. So Warbride's Blessing is a very nice piece of removal, but I think if we grab the Alerios here, we're not fussed about the Idyllic Tutor. It's just really expensive, especially. I appreciate it can get any enchantment, but especially if you compare it to like Helios Pilgrim, which leaves a body on the battlefield. The Storyteller is nice that we do get that kind of enchantment synergy back, but I think for us, Alerios, it's essentially 5 power, 5 toughness for 3 mana over a series of cards. Okay, so Staggering Insight is possibly the best card in this pack. It is a shame because we have missed a couple of decent white cards, Daxos for example, the Chimera. So let's grab Staggering Insight and see whether we can do anything with this. Okay, so Hydra's Growth, it does work well with this. But if we are looking towards a white-blue build, then the Wayfarer is definitely where we want to be. It's fantastic early game, and if it can start getting us in for that kind of incremental damage, it's also got decent late game. Helios Pilgrim, which we can use to search out the Staggering Insight, and yeah, these packs aren't too good at all, in all honesty. Happy to grab the Indomitable Will. It's just a really nice card which shores up your defense. It also works very well with the Pious Wayfarer. And here, again, nothing too much. I mean, if I was persuaded to lean towards the green, I would have gone with Relentless Pursuit. But for me, it's going to be a Wave Rider. It works really well with the Constellation theme of what we're trying to do. And yeah, overall, it's a decent body, a 3/3 for 4 mana. Okay, so none of these work with our plan at all. In case we do splash, so for example, if we see a Utopia, we will be wanting to pick up the Unknown Shores. So the opportunity of grabbing a second Indomitable Will or a Mantle. See, I'd be happy with either here. They essentially do very, very similar things, except for the fact we get a Hexproof here, but we do get more toughness here. Let's grab the Indomitable Will. And here we can the Storyteller Wield, which is very rare. So we can use the Storyteller to get back one of our staggering Insights or one of our Indomitable Wills. It's also a decent body with that 4 toughness. Okay, so pick up these uncommon cards. Probably not going to play them. Going to grab an Omen of the Sun over the Indomitable Will. We don't need 3, I don't think. And we was able to get a Starlit Mantle anyway. Awesome. So we've got the makings of quite a strong white-blue deck going into pack 2. Of course, we're not really given anything that kind of supports the cause. Storm's Wrath is excellent. Is it worth a splash? I don't know. It could be. It could be. But I think here, grabbing the Singer, it's a nice little... Oh, it's a flyer for 1, and it also provides us a nice little combat trick should we need it. Notable cards that we're passing up would be the Storm's Wrath. We can't splash it. It's too red. It's too expensive. And also the Ferocious Typhon. It's possibly the best common card in green. But the issue with it is, of course, is that it's too green again, and it doesn't really fit in with what we're doing here. Of course, however, if we did have the Enigmatic Incarnation going, this would be an excellent card. Sacrifice the Under the Sun and get it and put it onto the battlefield. But we don't know we are going down that route yet, and so I think grabbing the Singer is the safest bet. Here, although we would have loved to have picked up a Proteon, we've got to go for Commanding Presence. It's one of the best uncommon white cards in the set. Fair Strike, you know, if we stick it on a big creature, it's excellent, and it just generates these 1/1 tokens. Awesome. Also, I would also be able to pick up an Omen of the Sea. Okay, so here, again, not too much for us. Omen of the Hunt if we were splashing, but you don't want to be... You don't want the card that helps you splash in the splash colour. It kind of defeats the purpose of it. In terms of creatures, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are going to be playing lots of Constellations, so perhaps a Unicorn might be useful here, although the Stern Dismissal does set back our opponents. A second Illyrios? I don't think it's that good. It is good, I just don't think it's that good to have 2 of. And in any case, if we are playing lots of enchantments, we do want as many of the Pious Wayfarers as possible. Okay, so here I'm going to go for a Vexingle. If we have got cards like Staggering Insight, which draws us cards, or Commanding Presence, which creates these 1/1s, we do want to try and get as evasive as possible. So having flying creatures is very useful for that. Now, do we want a second flying creature over an Omen of the Sea that draws us a card? Now that's interesting. That's an interesting question. I think... I think in this instance, I don't know. I'm going to grab the Omen of the Sea just because that card draw is very, very useful. So, another Illyrios here. Or over a Wayfarer which might wheel Flicker of the Fate, Leonin. Let's pick up the second Illyrios. It's not amazing, but it does give us those extra bodies, which I think is fine. First for medium for the card draw, or Deny the Divine. Card draw might be what we want. Okay, and then we'll pick up the Glory Bearers as a bigger body. Second Unknown Shore, just in case we do end up splashing. Omen of the Hunt. Okay, so Stern Dismissal came round. I don't think we want 2 of them. And we were able to pick up that Deny the Divine anyway. Okay, lovely. So this is actually looking like a very strong deck. Let's see what this pack has to hold. So, if we were to splash black, so we'd be giving up a Naiad of the Hidden Coast. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 creatures so far. But if we were to splash black, Inevitable End is a decent removal card. There's also a Maya's Grasp there. Both of them being enchantments, which works well with what we're already going for. Okay, so Warbride's Blessing is nice in green. Transcendent Envoy. Dawn Evangel. When a creature dies, if an aura is attached to it, return target creature card to convert a mana cost 2 or less to the hand. Okay, I think I can buy him for this. Okay, so remember what we were saying about we want creatures that are flying just to make sure we're getting that damage in. And the Pegasus is really nice. We stick the Commanding Presence on it, we gain loads of life. tough choice here between the Revoke Existence and the Calliope. I think I'm going to go for the Calliope. Especially if we help it fly somehow, it can be really, really powerful. And it's looking less and less like we are going to splash. Although, having said that, there's nothing really in this pack, and there's a Warbriar's Blessing. Okay. So, Typhon we're not going to be playing just because we can't activate it reliably. Pantheon. Okay. Beautiful. So we're not going to be splashing for the Forerunner, but we will play Hero of the Pride just to make sure we get enough 2-drop creatures. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 creatures. Yeah, that's getting there. Karametra's Blessing, Flicker of Fate. Is Flicker of Fate going to be useful for us here? We could flicker the Alerios and create another creature. Flicker the Heliod's Pilgrim and grab another... yeah. Flicker might be decent here, actually. Okay, so we're able to get the Naid, which means that spells cast 1 less on our opponent's turn. So cheaper Thirst for Meaning, cheaper Deny the Divine, and cheaper Singer, Flicker, and Indomitable Will. We grab the Envoy. So now I'm very happy with this deck. Sage of Mysteries isn't really where I want to be. Okay, look at this. And we've got a very shallow mana base as well, which is nice. So we need to cut... I would say, another 4 cards, or at least 3 cards. So let's grab our mana first. Play that with 18. So, yes, we might not be, we might still be splashing green, eh? What do we think? So what do we have in the green splash? We have a, or not even a splash, is it? It's a, so if we pop in 2 Unknown Shores here, we could have a Warbriar's Blessing and an Inevitable End. But does this make our deck any weaker? I don't think it does. I think it can be quite useful. And we'd pop down, you know, 1 each of these. So if we were getting rid of anything, it would probably be the Starlit Mantle. Just isn't as good. I'm sure it's not. Omen of the Sun. We'd get rid of that, and a Deny the Divine. Is there anything weak over here? The Sea Guard, perhaps we don't really want. So we've got quite a few creatures. Indomitable Stern Dismissal. Indomitable Will. Flicker's nice on our creatures though, right? Starlit Mantle. Perhaps we don't want that one. And is there one more card we can get rid of? Thirst for Meaning. What are we doing? What are we like for card draw? So Commanding Presence. Yeah. Because realistically, I don't want to be drawing cards. I want to be playing. So perhaps I can get rid of the hero. 15 and 10. Splash a couple of nice little enchantment cards. Got some card draw from the Omen of the Sea. Commanding Presence if we hit it. I think this is good. Okay. Let's settle for this. We go for the World Championship sleeves, and we'll call it Enchant Splash. Beautiful. So thank you very much for joining us for the draft. I hope it looks a little bit like what you would have constructed. If not, in the comments below, tell me if I kind of diverted somewhere where you wouldn't have gone. Did I miss a colour? Did I miss an opening? I always feel that I have, but then, you know, I mean, this deck is a good deck. It's definitely a B, I would say, in terms of the ratings. Although I'm a little bit concerned that we don't really have an end game, but I guess we'll see. Probably missing that Chimera that we passed very early on. And B, if there's any sort of cuts that you would have made that I haven't made, or if I should have included anything, then please let me know. I think I'm alright though. I think I am alright. A little bit unsure about the first for meaning, but card draw is what we want in draft, so, you know. Okay, thanks for that. And do I put an Unknown Shores for the Pantheon? Is that a good swap? I don't know. I'm gonna do that, actually. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Last minute change. Let's jump into the games. So just a quick catch up. Thank you very much for everyone that's been kind of following us on both Twitch and YouTube. You can catch me on Twitch at @rdean or YouTube at @rgaming. We try to upload drafts every day. Sometimes it's every other day. And we've also started to look at putting some standard up there now, trying to be quite competitive with it as we move into this kind of March. We're going to do the Road to Mythic. Hopefully we'll get there. See how many hours we can dedicate to it. Now this is an okay kind of starting hand. We can get to the Warbriar's Blessing relatively quickly with the Pantheon. Underwater Unicorns. Okay, so this deck's always nice when you can get one of the Wayfarers out relatively quickly. Okay. And we've got both of our splashers. Oppo's playing blue, green. Okay. So we can play out our blue. We're playing the blue out instead of the second planes, just on the off chance that we get Calliope next. Calliope? Okay, Tessian Champion, not ideal. This is something which we can, okay. So here I'm going to play out the Pious Wayfarer. If they block, we kill it. They didn't block, so that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for the Pantheon Splash. And next turn we can pop the Inevitable End on it because the Tessian Champion can get out of hand drastically. It's not just the fact that it gets big with the +1/+1 tokens, but it's the sheer fact that it draws cards every single turn. So playing out the Warbriar's Blessing would be quite dangerous on it. So hopefully they play something. That's nice. Okay, so here I feel. So what could we do potentially here? No, because the Warbriar's Blessing isn't a instant. So I feel what we've got to go for is the Inevitable End on the Champion. So what we could actually do here is attack in, and then if they block with the Wardens, which they didn't, we could have Indomitable Willed. That's interesting. Now, are they going to sacrifice the Nexus Wardens? Or are they going to go for the Tessian Champion? That's interesting. That is interesting. They are digging. Starlit Mantle. So it becomes a 3/5, which is fine. Attacks in. My turn. Okay. So the Singer's lovely. I feel here like I'm just going for 3. Oppo's on the back foot, so I want to try and be getting as much damage in as possible. Boom. And pass the turn. So Tessian Champion needs to be sacrifice now, so we did get a little 2-for-1 there, which we don't always get, in all honesty. Never new control. Okay, that's nice. So this comes into battlefield tap. So Oppo was mana screwed. Has to attack us. I'm going to play out the Singer just to get that little bit of extra damage in. Okay, so the Wave Triton. That's fine. Just going to go in for 3 here. So we've got this Flicker, which we can use next turn to perhaps grab some damage, but let's see what they play here. So, have they got anything else? I'll see it. Okay. Okay, so they're really going for it now. Okay. Pass the turn. So we go for the Unknown Shores. Here I feel like I want to... Here I feel like I want to fight the Wanderer. So the reason I'm doing this is so they will give it protection from blue, you assume. And I've got the Flicker of Fate, so you can... Oh, hang on, what have they got here? Indomitable Will. That's interesting. So this goes up to 5. Okay, so resolve that. Okay, so I can Flicker. Ah, this is interesting. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Flicker the... let's bring it back and attach it to the Wave Rider. Get it to fight this again. Get in again with the Singer. Boom. And so I'm going in for quite a large amount here. So what is it? It's 8. Is Oppo going to block? If they don't block, they could die next turn. Very tricky situation for our opponent. Okay, so they did block. That's good. So, we have got lethal. They do need to play a creature or a removal spell. So in our first game, we've been able to play out both of our splashes relatively easy. Reverent Hoplite. Okay, so we go for the Glory Bearers. And... okay, so we're going in for 5 here. Oppo needs to block with something. And then they are dead on board next turn. Boom. Lovely little turn. We've got this 1 flyer. Oppo needs to play multiple creatures, multiple removal spells. Omen of the Sun. No, not enough. Boom. First victory. Feeling quite happy about the deck. I think the splashes, both splashes have saved us. You know, they've removed quite decent creatures. So yeah, happy to keep playing. Happy to jump into the next game. Okay. Now, this is a weird one, but any white mana gets us a 4/4. There it is. Gets us a 4/4 flying gull. Okay. The Rage Hound. Not so good for us. Okay, we did want a 2-drop there, I must admit. So let's see what they do. Storm Herald. That's So I think what I was saying either in this draft or draft earlier is that too often we this card comes into play and it just doesn't do anything. It just really doesn't. People want either play it out too fast or they can't wait on it. It really is like a 6 or 7 drop very late on in the game, just to make sure that you're bringing back enough auras to make a difference. So this is good for Moppo. They're getting in for 6 now, and I'm down to 8. Okay, so the Singer might be good. Dominable Will. Okay, so I'm going to pass here. So we go for the Singer. Has Oppo got Fateful End? They're going to crack that. So what do we want to do here? I think we... So I'm going to cast this on this. And then I'm going to pass the blockers. So I'm going to go this... here, this here, and block. And Downwall Will on the Singer. Fateful Ending coming. Remember, this pause could just be the Omen of the Forge. Lovely. Look at that. That's very nice. And now I think I'm fine to play out the Commanding Presence on the Singer, giving me a 4/7 flying first strike creature that creates 1/1 tokens. Beautiful. Okay, so now the tables have turned slightly. They sacrifice the Omen of the Forge, hoping to get into more mana, I assume. Let's see where they put the cards. 2 on top. Okay, that's nice for them. That is nice for them. So we're creating that creature, but remember we are going in for 4 in the air each turn, and if we need to, this is a good blocker. Blue. Okay. Must admit, I wasn't expecting that. That's a decent card. So what can we have here? We can have the Pantheon out. And I think what I'll actually do is Warbriar Blessing on the Singer to get rid of the Maze Warden. Boom. So we're going for 7 here. Create that creature. And essentially what we're doing is just putting up on the back foot, so they have to be playing out cards every turn. Okay. 2 Chimeras. Pious Wayfarer. So here I think I just go in with everything here. I think that's the play. That's very dangerous. If I had an enchantment, they would have lost. Beautiful. And pass the turn. Okay. So let's see what they do. First for meaning. So remember, the first time that I actually 7-0'd with this set, I had 3 of these Chimeras, and actually, you know, very powerful if you get there. Okay, so now they are flooding after hardly having enough land. Oppo can't afford to go in here. They are going in, that's weird. So let's play out the goal. So they've got something. And as such, I'm going to block this just on the off chance that they... Starlit Mantle, okay. Give them the GGs. First for meaning. Beautiful. Get rid of that enchantment. Cast this on here. Beautiful. And attack him. Boom. I always play out just in case Oppo does have something that I've not seen before that I've forgotten about. It's a good habit to get into, and if Oppo wants to scoop, they can just scoop. They don't have to waste their time watching me play. Okay, so good. So we've got the first 2 wins. I am very happy with this deck. I think, I mean, with the Singer, it's a very weak card. Okay, it's only a 1/3 for 2 mana. It does have a little bit of upside when it flashes in, but all in all, its toughness is quite weak. Okay, there's lots of 3 power flying creatures in this format, and so I honestly think that if you don't buff it up in some way, it's a little bit of a waste. Okay, so I'm going to keep this because we're on the draw, and we have a Wayfarer coming up. Commanding Presence is nice, but we do need a mana. Mire's Grass, wow. Now that is aggressive, but they do get to draw a card with the Eidolon and going for 1 and gain a life, so understandable, I guess. So Levrios will be coming out next for us. Temple Thief. Although Calliope is nice. No, I think I play out Levrios just because it's essentially 2 creatures for the price of 1. And should we want to, we can block the Temple Thief, just get it out of the way. But we'll see. Oppo might have more enchantments to play with. Venomous Hierophant. Okay, so good little dip for them. If they just attack him with 1, I'm more than happy to trade that off. Beautiful. Okay, so what does Oppo have here? Now, this is interesting because I could play the Commanding Presence and then it gives me first strike. They might forget about it. They might forget about it. Let's go for it. Let's be a little cocky. They did. Nice. Yeah, get it out again and have another go, Oppo. Timuret. That's quite a big game for us that they did that. Okay. So here I could go the Pantheon and then I think we do play at the Pantheon. Do we go Calliope though? Let's attack in and see what happens. Okay. So we create that creature, and then I think I go for what do I want here? Realistically, Calliope. Boom. So we've got a Vexing Gull. I could just play out the Inevitable End. Now they're hovering over that as if to crack it. Now I think that if I play the Inevitable End on this, it actually gives them a little bit of a problem. Yeah. Now they're digging. Beautiful. So, spells your opponent's cast, target this opponent costs 1 more to cast. Oh no, actually it's not dead though, is it? That's annoying. So let's skip that then. So this triggers, but they don't get anything from it. And I get the Wayfarer back, which is another bonus. Oppo goes for the Blight Breath. Can deal 3. Chooses Calliope. Good choice. Flicker of Fate. Flicker of Fate is interesting. Let's go in with these. Yes. Create that 1/1. Deal that damage and pass. Okay. Great Scar Berserker. Looks nice. Pass to attackers. Flash in the goal. And my turn. Topic. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so let's go in with both of these. Remember, this is first strike, so at the minute, Oppo still can't deal with it. Nice. And we'll go for the Storyteller to grab the Inevitable End, put it on the top of our library. Starting to feel a little bit unstoppable now. We've got lots of trump blockers. Oppo is flooding out. Are they going to attack him with the Rage Scare Berserker? They're not. So here I think I mean, they still can't. They still can't block it, right? Do I go in with all? So, no, I don't think I do. Oppo needs to start jumping this. Seems good. Sack it with the Magus, presumably. So now we cast the Inevitable End on the Rage Scar Berserker. Yeah, could have got an extra damage in there. But we don't want them kind of just force blocking that. Beautiful. So we can actually flicker the Storyteller. It's testing and training. Doesn't do anything for them. Rage Scar Berserker. Shadow Spear is nice for Oppo. Pass to attack, see what they do. Okay, so here I'm going to flicker this and grab an Inevitable End. Take action. Oppo knew what was coming. Nice. Such great synergy within this deck. I'm very, very happy. I'm starting to move away from black-green as my favourite combination. And actually, I think it's a base of white-blue. So we're jumping into the next game. We're going to go to round 4. J Slayer. Okay, and again, this is a fantastic starting hand. I possibly would have liked double blue instead of double white. But, you know, we can't be complaining. Okay, so Oppo mulliganed. Ask and you shall receive. What should I go in for here? It depends. So Oppo's not played anything, so I think I'm going to go for Calliope. Just because if they don't play anything else, we can hit for quite a large amount next turn. But they might be going for a Maya's Grasp. Scavenger Harpy. Not good enough, Oppo. Not good enough, sadly. So play out, Enraptured. Nice. Okay. So have they got an enchantment to put on this perhaps, or? Inevitable End, okay. Sacrifice a creature. I mean, for the sake of hitting in, I think I'm going to go for this and then get that enchantment back. See, that's okay for me there. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this. So we're going for 5. And then we go for the Pilgrim. Search of an Aura. And Commanding Presence is the one for me. Okay. So what's Oppo going to play for now? So they have to really play out this Harpy, right? Get rid of Valyrius. I will fight it next turn though if I do get the chance to get the mana. Great Scar Berserker, okay. So this time we definitely do get rid of it. That's fine. So Commanding Presence. Very much take that action. And I think I pass, no attacks. Now, Commanding Presence on the Storyteller would be good if Oppo doesn't have anything else. Eidolon. Still not good enough. More Dreams, that's interesting. And they still have time for something else. Sentinel's Eyes, okay. So if I get a Unknown Shores or Pantheon, yeah, we'll get rid of. We'll just chuck the Pilgrim in front of it. That's fine. So here, I think I go for the Commanding Presence. Gives me that first strike, and Oppo now has a decision because they can't let it through. They did let it through, okay. But now I have a chump blocker for the Berserker. Okay, so that is so at the beginning of your end step you may exile an enchantment card. Graveyard if you do create a 2/2 black token. Chump block. Okay, so this raises quite an interesting debate now because if I go with everything, they either have to take 3. They have to take 3 if I go with everything. Because I'll kill this, and then they have to block with that, and that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could take 3 creatures down. Get rid of this would be good. Maybe I just go with this. I mean, there's always a time when, you know, you have to give something up. So they're checking everything on it. That's not enough, Oppo. Is it? Have I made a mistake here? So that kills that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. I'm going to keep this in hand. There's no direct point with playing it out. So, notably, Oppo's only got 1 enchantment in the graveyard, and that's the Sentinel's Eyes, which I assume they want to play out. That was actually an excellent little turn for us. Oppo made a mistake there, and I think that might come back to bite them a little bit. So they're going in with their flyers. So I do need my fixing. I've got plenty of fixing in the deck. Interesting that they play this now. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. I think here I go in with all 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm going to go with everything here. The first strike on the Storyteller is excellent. Okay, that's interesting. So, I'm going to get rid of the Eidolon. Draw a card for Oppo. So I've got rid of the Eidolon now. So I'm keeping these 2 planes just in case they have the lifelink discard 2. I can't cast Mogus's Favour on anything else but this. So Sentinel's Eyes, could match it with the Mogus's Favour, of course. Catoblepis. Nice. That's nice for Oppo there. Exile the Eidolon probably. That's interesting. Okay. So I think I play this out. Playing the Singer. Nice little trade there. So yeah, but I think I'm doing really badly. Temple Thief is good for them. You might as well attack him with all Oppo, in all fairness. So block this here. Yeah, Oppo's got this game. Nothing we can do here. Yeah, nothing we can do here at all. Oppo can get in with, so that has to block that. That blocks that. That blocks that. Give him the GGs. We got mana screwed there effectively, and lots of little things. I think we did do good in that we killed one of their berserkers, or killed both berserkers, but yeah, I think it just wasn't timely enough. But that's fine. Happy to jump into game 5. Okay. We do get the Pantheon, but it is we do have to wait to turn 3. We are in the draw, so something might crop up. I'm always happy if I can play something out by turn 3. I normally like it to be a creature, so that's fine. Do we keep the Singer? Well, now we've got a proper turn 3 play, and Oppo's not really doing anything to force our hand. So let's play out Alirios. Oppo notably has not got Deny the Divine. So if they do play our creature and they block the Reflection, I have got the Singer as a sort of a backup plan. Now, are they? Will they offer this out? Will they? Okay, so in this instance, I'm just going to play out the Wave Triton. Got a couple of nice little backup plans here. Oppo's got 5 mana. Have they got a way to deal with this? One with the stars, that is aggressive. Okay. No, so I'm going to play out the Commanding Presence on the Reflection. Boom. Hit them for 5 and create the token. Commanding Presence is just excellent. I mean, it's done a lot now, right? So, the Shimmering. So this is slightly annoying. We can get this back, of course, with the Storyteller. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack him with both. Try and get some more value from the commanding presence. Okay, so play it down the will. Remember, we've got a second one should we need it. Beautiful. Starlit Mantle for Oppo. So let's play that out. What does that become? That becomes a 3/3. So actually, let's go play this out. Boom and boom. So Oppo is going to perhaps grab one with the stars, which is fine, but then they have to waste their whole turn playing it on a reflection. Oppo potentially can double spell this turn. But this will untap as well. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay. So let's attack in. I think Oppo has to block. Boom. Beautiful. Okay. Oppo did well there with the one with the stars kind of combo on the Shimmering Chimera. Shimmering Chimera is an excellent card which you always hope to pick up, especially if you've got a Utopia, because you constantly get that recursion of the 1/1 counts on flying. Okay. What do we think of this? We go first, so it's not entirely good because we know we can't really play anything. I think I'm going to mulligan. Slightly better. I can get rid of one of the Aleriosas. I've got a nice little start with the Pious Wafer, and hopefully we get into our third mana ASAP. Having said that, do we no. No, because Alerios takes a while to actually kill, doesn't it? G Jarkeld. Okay, so we were able to get that. I think I'm gonna, for the sake of getting in, get that first 3 damage. Play out Alerios next turn. We don't get to obviously activate the Wayfarer. Not ideal. Okay, do we play these off? Perhaps not actually. No. I mean, the value of this, I've got First Strike with the Commanding Presence. That's What's Nightmare. Nice. Okay. Not so bad. Okay. And play out the Omen of the Sea. I do want both of these. Okay. So we played the Gulf first, just because we don't want them to see the Commanding Presence. Has Oppo got a Maya's Grasp? Warfiller Haven. Finally get the Titans. Vampire Villainous Pursuit. What a shame. What a shame. Give them the nice. We went to know. And then they exile the graveyard as well, which is not so good. So they gain a little bit of life. They exile all these great cards. Losing the Commanding Presence is big game for us actually. But let's see. We went to know they had that. Renata. Okay. Having something to deal with Renata would be nice. 2/2 Viper. Meh. It's alright, I guess. Hopefully I'll be in the air enough times to not really have to deal with it. I'm gonna have to crack the Omen, aren't I? More than happy to double block here. Should Oppo let me? Gift of Strength? You've not got a Gift of Strength, Oppo. You're not playing that card, surely? Return to nature, okay. How strange. Okay, so just in case they've got any more sort of mill shenanigans, I'm not going to scry with the Omen of the Sea just yet. Nessian Ball, that's excellent. Okay, so yeah, this is good from Oppo. This is very good. I can't really do anything if I'm mana screwed. Not got trample, but this has. That's the issue for us here. Yeah, we can't do anything about it, can we? Okay, I'm going to take that loss though. Mana was not on our side. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. The thing is, we've got 3 sources of splash for cards which we don't really need until close to the late game. So, I don't want to alter the deck too much. And in all honesty, you know, it's been fine, hasn't it? It's not been... Nothing's been too bad. Okay. Let's jump back in. So we're 4 wins, 2 losses at the minute. I'm hoping this deck can pick up 1 more win, at least. That would be lovely. It's been an alright draft. Like I was saying right at the end of the draft, it's a shame we couldn't get like one of the big chimeras or one of the flying bombs. I mean, I would have even splashed. Okay, Dawn of Angel. I mean, it's playable, right? Start off with an island. Okay, that's nice. So we can play that on their turn. Wings of Hubris. So what do I ideally want here? Pegasus would... I kind of guess I want both of these, right? Because I want to put the Staggering Insight on the Pegasus. So play the Dawn of Angel first. You've not got anything else to do, Oppo. Play the Dawn of Angel first. Beautiful. So next turn we can play out the Pegasus. And then the turn after. So let's see what Oppo actually does with this first. Okay. I think they're gonna regret that unless they've got a full grip of removal. Highest Wayfarer, okay. No, we still need to go for the Pegasus. Shame we haven't got another white, or next turn we could play out the Wayfarer and the Staggering Insight. And going for quite a lot. Okay. So this gives lifelink, doesn't it? That's nice. Wow. Okay. Enchantment card back. Guess the Dawn of Angel would count, wouldn't it? We're getting through Oppo's removal quite quickly, and you know what? I'm okay with that. Let's grab that. If nothing else, it gives us a buff for one of these. We may or may not want to play out the Staggering Insight depending on what Oppo does this turn. Although if I can get in for, you know, a bit of life and draw a card. But now we are getting into sort of final death territory, aren't we? Agonizing Remorse, okay. So remember that exiles it. Have they got anything more to play? Oppo's just got a full grip of removal. Omen of the Hunt. So they get a basic land. So let's see if they are splashing for anything. They are not. Well, that's fine. So I get in for 5 this turn. Which I'm kind of happy about. It's a shame that I lost the lifelink, but we still do have Commanding Presence somewhere. The Pegasus and the Sagri Insight would have been an excellent combo. Just wasn't meant to be. So. We expect a final death from Oppo. They've got every other removal in the set. Remember, any pauses could be attributed to the Omen of the Hunt and its sort of Scry 2 activation. But if Oppo doesn't do anything, I'm going in for 6 next turn. Are they gonna crack this now? So Naid. Final death, perhaps. So I'm going to cast this on this just to distribute the attack between them. I mean, they could have an Omen of the Dead as well. That could be one of the pauses. So here we're going in for 7, which is half of their life total. Okay, so they did have the final death. Very interesting. Oppo's got some excellent removal. I think on my upkeep, do I do this or no? Because I only have 3 then. I only have 2 left, and I don't think. Should have done the upkeep maybe. Let's just play this now. Plan ahead. You don't need to sacrifice there though, Oppo. Then again, I guess you can't do anything. 2 to the bottom for Oppo. They are digging. Commanding Presence. Very nice. That is what we want. Okay. So we deal 5 to Oppo. And as it stands, they're dead on board next turn. We've got a very highly playable. Is it going to be GG's? I feel it is. Good game. Good game, Oppo. Board sweep. Awesome. So we're ranking up a little bit. That's all we can really ask for. Okay, so 5 wins, 2 losses. We did say we wanted around about 4 wins with this deck, so that is good for us. Let's move into the next game. Remember, it could always be the last game. But if we got 6 wins, if we got our sort of money back, we'll be ecstatic, really. Yeah, I don't think you actually opened many. We didn't open any bombs, did we? Interesting. Okay, so Pious Wayfarer. We could get in for this. Could be a nice little combo. We are on the draw though, which does put us back 1 step. But let's see what Oppo. Let's see what Oppo has. If they don't have a 2-drop, I'm going to go in with a Staggering Insight. But I think they will. They don't. Okay, well let's try it. Let's see. So they've got something. So going in for 3 lifelink. You know, you can't really say much more than that. What have you got, Oppo? 3 lifelink, draw a card. Okay. I think that's paid for itself there. Vexing Gull. Although next turn I'm going to hit the Naids just because it's an enchantment. That's fine. But yeah, I mean, this lifelink, I'm going to have it all day. Boom. Remember, if this dies, I can get the Staggering Insight back with the Storyteller. Wayfarer of their own. Dreadful Apathy, nice. You can go in, of course you can. No blocks. Beautiful. Okay, so here I think I'm going to... so we could play this out. Lots of options, but I think... So let's go in with the Naid. So this would be a 4... No, it would be a 3 mana. 3 strength even. So I think I'm going to wait, and on their turn I'm going to play out the Gull and the Thirst for Meaning. I might even pitch Calliope. We'll see. Although we don't really need this island, do we? I'm going to wait on the Storyteller until they get rid of this Wayfarer. Because what they may have forgot... So they have got an instant spell. I'm possibly not going to risk this just for the sake of them pumping their Wayfarer and killing it. I think having this attack in the area is a lot more powerful. So the Chimera, okay. What else? Thirst for Meaning for me. Dawn Evangel. It's not going to die though, is it? Technically. 3. So I've got this, I can cast that 3 and... Can't really cast a 2. Interesting. So do I just keep all of these and just pitch the rest? Maybe I do. Yeah, that paid off. That's nice. So for me here, I think I'm going to go for Calliope. +1/+1 counter on the Vexing Gull. And we go in. Lovely. So remember, Oppo could flash in a Omen of the Sun or something like that, Omen of the Forge, which I think they are going to do. Yes, they are. So they'll use the Wayfarer to buff the Chimera, but it's a risk we had to take. It gets something out of their hand, and if it is a combat trick, you know, that's a combat trick we don't have to deal with later. Nice. Okay. So, Inevitable End. On the Chimera might be nice. I am just waiting for them to get bored and kill this because... Actually, you know... Why wouldn't you be getting rid of this? Maze Warden. So, don't really have anything much more to play out. I wonder. No, I think I pass here. I think I pass. It's good that Oppo's running out of cards though. It's a shame about this. Okay, so they showed us that. That's fine. I'm happy to trade these two off. Okay, so that doesn't activate. Beautiful. That's nice. That's a fantastic timing for that. Okay. Commanding Presence. 5. Take action. And here I think I just hold back. So what are my options realistically? Do I play the Commanding Presence on the Storyteller? I feel I do. So if I play this Commanding Presence and the Staggering Insight, so that makes it a 6, 7. So continue. But no, they can pump this then. Interesting. Beginning of your at the beginning of each combat. So it depends whether they do the trick or not. So they've attacked him with these now. So let's see. I mean, I'm happy for them to use a lot of mana here. They'd have to bump it 3 times, and that would restrict what they can play next turn. Okay. And this actually, it's actually quite a big game for us. Beautiful. Could potentially have blocked with this actually. Because then... Okay, so let's go for the Staggering Insight first, just in case they have something. Pop it on this. Okay, so they don't. So I think if I go for the Commanding Presence now... Let's go in there. Beautiful. This is life game. Perfect. Look at that. Now Oppo has got to deal with this. Have they got another Dreadful Apathy? That would be very... it looks like they have. It looks like they have. They're reading all of the extra... Ah, very good. Nice. I mean, what you're supposed to do. They definitely drew that. It's disappointing for us, yeah, but... I mean, what can we do? No blocks. What a shame. What a shame. Indomitable Will. Yeah, just gonna hold this back. Hopefully they're going with everything, and I can just get off the Stampede Rider. But that was a very fortunate turn for our opponent. Okay. So we can block this. Go for the Indomitable Will. Snap off the block, and if we get some black mana, we can kill the Chimera. Envoy. Okay. Does this give us vigilance? No, it doesn't, does it? It doesn't give us vigilance, so we can't really afford to be attacking him. Well, that's nice. That's unexpected. Take that 3. Again, we might be getting a 2 for 1. This isn't no sort of god. Oh, it's a demigod. Okay, that's interesting. So we can get a life each turn. I think I've missed that, you know, because it's kind of goes off the card. I think I've missed that every time I've played it. Rambling Sentry. So up against the Scry one. 1 to the top. Pass to attackers. Can't block, so they deal damage. My turn. And play out the land, I guess, just in case. No blocks. End turn. So what are they going to do? Kill the Rumbling Sentry? Whew. So they need to play out a creature now. Yeah, GG opponent. Good game. All these things are good. So the draft comes to an end. We was able to get 5 wins there, and you know what? I really thought we had it with this. Oppo just sadly got way too much. I don't know what they're doing. They're just attacking Oppo. Sacrifice and attack. It's all good for you, my friend. GG. And you know what? One more turn. We might have had that. Beautiful. Okay, so that was a draft. We drafted a sort of a B deck, I guess, BC deck. It looked kind of it was really cheap. We never really had a big creature such as the 3/3 Chimera, which our opponent had in the last game, or any of the sort of the Archon of the Falling Stars, or the Rare Archon, which interacts very well with enchantments. Would have been perfect in this deck. But we gave it a really good go. In that last game, it might have been lovely to have drawn out kind of Stern Dismissal, or Inevitable End, Warbride Blessing a little bit early, just to kind of finish off some of those creatures before they got us down to an amount of life where they could do something about it. But no, all in all, you know what? I'm very happy with the way that this draft has gone. We will. Oops. Okay. Yeah. So 3 wins. No, 5 wins, 3 losses. And hopefully I'll be drafting again later on today. So if you're watching this YouTube video, make sure to go onto Twitch and follow Ardeen. Those of you that are watching on Twitch now, please head over to YouTube, our gaming, and you can see some of the drafts which we've had previously. We're also going to start to put some standard videos up there as we progress to our road to Mythic, which is our aim for the end of March. Okay, so thank you very much everyone for coming to watch the stream today, and I will catch you later on this afternoon.